Get your kicks on Route 66.
We made it to Santa Monica, and much to our surprise, the Santa Monica Pier was closed due to the COVID virus. Well, we're here during COVID virus, and the beginning and the end of Route 66 is inaccessible, but it's down there. So we did a little bit of walking around Santa Monica, and we were soon bored with that, with nobody there and nothing open, so we hit the road to Route 66. Desiree was navigator for this trip, and without our trusty old map telling us where to go and our guidebook telling us what to see, we would have never been able to accomplish this trip without getting lost. Route 66 between Santa Monica and San Bernardino is actually Olympic Boulevard, and it's alive and well, with lots of stores, lots of commerce, and lots of traffic. Not a lot historical to see, however. One of the things to see on this stretch of Route 66 is in Fontana, just before you get to San Bernardino, and it's the giant orange stand. This giant orange stand is located right next to Bono's restaurant and deli. This isn't the original stand here, though. The first fruit stand was destroyed years ago when business dwindled. In the 1990s, this one was donated to the local historic society, and when it later needed to be relocated again, Joe Bono agreed to have it moved to this spot and has had it restored. The orange-colored stuccoed stand originally sold orange juice from inside, all you can drink for a dime, more than 60 years ago. In later years, the stand sold oranges, olives, honey, and cherry and drink. Bono's opened in 1936 to serve Route 66 travelers and started as a produce stand. Bono's was designated to the National Register of Historic Places in 2008. By the time we got to San Bernardino, it was getting late, so we spent the night in the infamous Wigwam Hotel. We had our very own teepee. It was a very affordable place, and the rooms were nice and clean, and the grounds are nostalgic Route 66. For dinner, we went to Mitla's Cafe. Founded in 1937, it's been family owned for 80 years and 4 generations. The service was great, the price was right, the food was authentic and delicious. The next morning, after checking out of the Wigwam Motel, we had breakfast at historic Molly's Cafe. The service and the food were both fantastic here. And then it was back on the road. Next stop, Victorville. Once we got to Victorville, the first stop was the Route 66 Museum. This is a must-stop for anyone doing Route 66. This is a fun little place. We spent over an hour here. The museum is filled with interesting things, and Lou was an extremely friendly host to show us around. It was fun just to walk around and see everything they had. This is the most definitely a worthy stop. There's a lot to see leaving Victorville as you pass through Oro Grande, Hellendale, Hodge, and Lenwood. One of the most impressive and a must-see is the Bottle Tree Ranch. Bottle Tree Ranch is literally a forest of bottle trees. This masterpiece was created by an incredible artist named Elmer Long. It took Elmer over 18 years to create this piece of art. Elmer has since passed away on June 22, 2019, but his legacy and artistry continues to live on. As we leave the Bottle Tree Ranch, we get back on the road and find our way into Barstow. Approaching Barstow, a must-stop is the Harvey House Railroad Depot and Railroad Museum. This historic building was built in 1911 to replace an earlier depot that was in operation from 1885 to 1908. The original 1908 building burned down. Originally, this building was used as a hotel and depot for the Santa Fe Railroad. Walking around the building, it's easy to visualize all the early travelers waiting to board their trains. The building now serves as an Amtrak station and government housing for city offices, including the Barstow Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center and 2 museums. Unfortunately for us, the museums were closed due to COVID. We'll have to come back someday. This historic structure is the finest remaining depot hotel in California and an elegant presence in the Mojave Desert. Definitely a stop that's worth making. As we leave Harvey House Railroad Depot, we come into the town of Barstow. Barstow was founded in 1880 during a silver mining rush. It was first called Fish Pond and then Waterman Junction. It was renamed in 1886 to honor William Barstow Strong, then president of the Santa Fe Railway. Mining declined, but Barstow endured as a railroad town with diesel repair shops and a tourist spot. As we leave Barstow, we take a side trip to a small town called Calico. Calico is an Old West mining town that has been around since 1881. It was abandoned in the mid-1890s after silver lost its value. The town that once gave miners a good living lost its hustle and became a ghost town. Calico Ghost Town has shops, restaurants, offers camping, hiking, and off-roading, and it's worth the 6-mile drive off of Route 66 to check it out. So be sure to take a drive there. As we leave Calico, we check out more historical sites along the road as we pass through Daggett, Newberry Springs, Ludlow, and Amboy. Due to the road being closed, we were unable to take Route 66 from Amboy to Essex, so we were forced to take I-40. We soon exited I-40, however, at Fenner and Joffs, which was the last leg of today's journey as we tried to get to Needles. As we arrived in Needles, we found a motel for the night, had dinner at the historic Wagon Wheel restaurant, and hit the hay for the night to continue our adventure on Route 66 out of California and into Arizona tomorrow.
Get your kicks on Route 66.
The drive from Needles, California, across the Colorado River and into Arizona is spectacular. It's a long and windy road and lots of fun to drive. We were forced to get back on the interstate to get over to Colorado. But once into Arizona, it was off the interstate and into Oatman, Arizona. If you ever get the chance, you gotta go see Oatman, Arizona. Oatman is an old mining town. This tiny town is in a rugged area, carved out of the wilderness by determined miners, and now populated by more wild burros than people. The wild burros that roam the streets are descendants from small donkeys used by the miners. They are very tame and fun to watch. Oatman is entrenched in Western lore as a woman, Olive Oatman, who was kidnapped by an Indian tribe, then sold to a friendly local tribe before being freed to her family near what became Oatman. Oatman might have suffered the same fate as many Arizona mining towns and fade into a ghost town, if it were not for Route 66 nostalgia and the nearby casinos. The town prides itself on maintaining the Wild West feel, all the way down to the wooden sidewalks, the stage shootouts, and the variety of shops. We really enjoyed the time we spent in Oatman, but it was time to move on. Next stop, Kingman. Kingman was established as a railroad town, not as a mining town. In 1880, Lewis Kingman surveyed along the Atlantic Pacific right-of-way between Needles and Albuquerque. By 1883, the track was completed. Kingman, Arizona was founded in 1882 when Arizona was still a territory, and it continues to grow today. While in Kingman, don't miss the El Trovator Hotel, with its themed hotel rooms and one of the largest Route 66 map murals. Be sure to make this a stop. There's a lot to see in Kingman, but we were ready to move on to our next stop, Hackberry. When going through Hackberry, be sure to stop in the Hackberry General Store. It's a very fun and interesting place. Be sure to use the interestingly decorated bathrooms. It's a lot of fun. As you leave Hackberry and make your way towards Seligman, be sure to make a stop at the Grand Canyon Caverns and take the tour. It's definitely worth the time.
Welcome to Snowball Palace. Yes, we call the snowballs, cave clouds, cauliflower, roast marshmallow, even popcorn. The reason why I asked you folks for not touching the White Rock Formation is back in 1927, Walter Peck said, go ahead and touch everything. You are seeing 40 years of touching on this wall. It acts as a sponge. It soaks up most of the oil and acid out of our hands. That's why you can see the discoloration. Well, back in 1927, Walter Peck didn't have a luxury called How's everybody doing so far? You okay? Catch your breath?
Yes.
I haven't found mine yet. There it is. Hey, guess what, guys? We have a new specimen we found in November of last year. We found that. That's a bat.
It's so big.
No, not him.
Where? Oh.
Right.
As we left the Grand Canyon Caverns, we started to make our way towards Seligman. Seligman is a cool place. Be sure to stop at the Snow Cap for lunch or an ice cream snack. This eclectic and humorous decor, including doorknobs on the wrong side of the doors and doors opening to nowhere, make the stop a lot of fun. When finished at the Snow Cap, walk down the street a little ways to stop at Angel's Barbershop and Route 66 Gift Shop. Angel Delgadillo Barbershop and Pool Hall, along with other Seligman businesses, enjoy the commerce that 9,000 cars Route 66 brought through the town each day. Angel sometimes had to wait 10 to 15 minutes just to cross the street to walk home from work. However, the newly constructed interstate opened just 2 miles away. The livelihood of Angel's Barbershop and all of the other businesses in Seligman disappeared in one day. Angel remembers the feeling that the world forgot about us. Angel Delgadillo has been dubbed the guardian angel of U.S. Route 66. He is the main founder of the historic Route 66 Association of Arizona, established in 1987, and campaigned for the historic Route 66 signage on the former U.S. highway. As we leave Seligman, there is so much to see as we pass through Ashford, Williams, Parks, Belmont, and finally Flagstaff. We found a hotel on Route 66 in Flagstaff, stayed the night, and finished exploring Route 66 in Flagstaff in the morning. We then found our way back home to Phoenix. We started our trip in Southern California, in Laguna Beach, just north of San Diego. We took the long way home, spending 4 days and 3 nights exploring Route 66. It was just barely enough time. We can't wait to someday make the entire trip from Chicago back to Flagstaff. I think we'll give ourselves a lot of extra time to make that journey. Thanks for watching, and travel safely.
Get your kids